The second annual Beer Fest night here in Boulder, Colorado, and some baseball to go along with it as the Boulder Collegians take on the NoCo Bandits or the Fort Collins Bandits, depending on who you ask. Either way, they are out of the Rocky Mountain Collegiate Baseball League, so a little interleague action going on here tonight at Scott Carpenter Park in Boulder. Welcome in, everybody. Ethan Jordan alongside Jake Shapiro. Reggie Paris on the hill for the Collegians. Ground ball to short. Flip to Farrell for one. On to first. Davis digs it out, and it's a double play. So the Collegians able to roll the double play. Dakota Finley got on base with a single to lead off the ball game, but Paris able to get Jack Cosper to roll into a double play, and there are two away here in the top of the first.
This top of the first inning is brought to you by Avery Brewing White Rascal, a Belgian-style white ale. Honestly, if you don't know White Rascal, you've got a problem.
You haven't lived in Colorado very long either, apparently. That's Jake Shapiro. He'll be joining us for a little bit of this broadcast. Has to go do his actual job in a little while. But we're glad to have him alongside us for a little while, at least. Dylan Norson is the batter. 2 balls and no strikes to him as Paris missed outside with that last pitch. Norson from Northeastern Junior College takes a strike. Paris is 2-1, sprayed to right field. Richardson moves over, makes the grab for the third out. So nice inning on the hill from Reggie Paris as he gets started off on the right foot. 1-2-3 essentially for him. We'll move on to the bottom half. Still scoreless here in Boulder. A quick first inning of work for Reggie Paris on the hill has the Collegians up to bat in a scoreless ball game. Bottom of the first inning from Scott Carpenter Park here in Boulder. The NoCo Bandits and the Boulder Collegians. Brennan Roselle leads things off for Boulder and takes ball 1. Lineup looks like this for the Collegians. Roselle plays shortstop and leads off. Connor Costeca follows him at third base. Nick Arrivo, the left fielder, bats third. Turner Davis, the first baseman, in the cleanup role. 2 balls and no strikes to Roselle now. Chris Jimenez will DH and bat 5th. Hunter Hudson, the catcher, is 6th. Then Kelby Richardson, the right fielder. J.J. Reeves in center. And rounding out the lineup, the second baseman, Kix Farrell. And there's a strike. So 2-1 on Roselle. Alex Vitek takes the hill for the Bandits this afternoon. Going into evening, this one's high. 3 balls and a strike. 95 degrees here in Boulder at first pitch. It's been one of the hotter days of the year here in Colorado. Roselle takes ball 4 outside, and Collegians have the leadoff base runner aboard here to start the bottom of the first. For once, we're not expected to receive any precipitation this evening, so that's the good news. Humidity is down from the All-Star game a few nights ago, so we may see the ball flying just a bit more. Connor Kostecka, the batter now. Kostecka does have 1 home run on the year. That one came up in Fort Collins. Left-handed batter against the righty Phytech. Collegians wearing the white unis today. Pickoff move to first. Back in time is Roselle. White unis with the red numerals. Some navy embroiderments. Red Sox. Another move over to first. Roselle back in with a dive. Has about the perfect lead out there as he just got the hand in. As for the Bandits, they're rocking CSU colors in some senses. They're wearing the green jerseys with some orange decorations. And the old Aggies look for the CSU. Not the same green, more of a lighter green than the forest green that the Rams wear. This one's outside. 1 ball and no strikes to Kostecka. Third baseman Nelson is in on the cut of the grass, watching for the bunt. 1-0 pitch. Kostecka, not bunting, takes a strike on a breaking ball. Roselle, as you might imagine, being the leadoff guy, has solid speed out there at first base. 1-1 count on Connor Kostecka. Phytech delivers, and Kostecka pops this one on the infield. Out to grab it is the shortstop Cosper, just beyond the infield dirt, and that will be the first out.
Left fielder number 14, Nick.
So with a man retired and that runner still over at first base, in stands Nick Arrivo. Arrivo, one of the participants, along with the 2 guys ahead of him, Kostecka and Roselle, in Wednesday's All-Star contest. Comes in with a runner at first and 1 away. Fine season thus far for Arrivo, certainly worthy of an All-Star nod. .418 hitter. 1 triple. 4 doubles. No home runs yet for him. That's the only thing he hasn't done for this team. Despite no home runs, his OPS is over 1,000. Roselle takes off on the first pitch, slides in, and is safe at second base. Was a close play over there, but Connor was safe in at the back. Pitch was called a strike on Arrivo, so he's got a 0-1 count now with a runner at second base. Phytech's going to take a moment to think about this pitch. Steps off the rubber. Now he's ready to go again. 0-1. Runner takes off. Roselle trying to steal third. Ball gets away from the third baseman. Roselle's going to try it at home, and he will score. So a throw in the dirt from the catcher Fisher allows Roselle to come in across the plate, and the Collegians take a 1-0 lead. Gutsy call by Roselle to try and swipe third, especially considering how close the play at second base was. Had the throw been clean, he probably would have been nabbed. It was not, and instead he comes in to score. So with the base is empty, it's 1-1 on Nick Arrivo. And Nick will take a fastball on the outside for a strike. .02. It's high. Ball 1 for Arrivo, kind of changing the philosophy at the plate here with no runners aboard now. Almost have to act as a leadoff guy rather than just trying to punch that run in. Different mentality to be sure. And the 2-2 is down low. So the count runs full on Nick Arrivo. Phytech looking for that second out. 1 run already in, only on 1 hit for, or on no hits, pardon me, for Boulder. And Arrivo spoils the 3-2 pitch. Turner Davis waits on deck. Love to get a runner on ahead of him. Vitek's got a new baseball. He stands ready and waiting on the rubber. Revo stands in, motion here, 3-2, driven high and deep to left field. This one drifting back, and it is gone off the netting. Home run number 1 on the season for Nick Revo. And he's made it a 2-0 lead now for Boulder. What can't he do?
What a shot from Nick. Absolutely murdered that ball. No doubt about it off the bat. Every single one of us in the press box knew it was gone as soon as he hit it. His best knock of the year, and it's got the Collegians up 2-0 here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, not the pitch that Vitek wanted to throw on 3-2 is a lazing breaking ball that Revo did not miss. First pitch to Turner Davis is a fastball that misses down low. So 1-0 on the cleanup man.
Felt like something could be brewing for the Collegians offense today.
Beer pun. It is beer night here in Boulder. This one's low.
And they could say about Nick Revo, he's a white rascal, as AV Brewery's White Rascal sponsors the first inning. I couldn't even straight man that.
The 2-0 to Davis. Swing and a miss. With that home run, Nick Revo has more home runs on the season than Turner Davis did in Wednesday's home run derby. Yeah, sorry, I had to do it to him there. Turner participated in the home run derby, just didn't quite find the swing. Nick Levensteins of the Rough Riders won that derby pretty handily, in fact.
I went out with Turner and Nick after the home run derby and all-star game on Wednesday night. Perhaps that shot was powered by his little sandwich he got when we were out.
What kind of sandwich was it?
It's the only sandwich I get, but I don't feel like sponsoring them because they haven't paid us.
Okay, well, I was more asking, like, what was on the sandwich.
I believe it was a roast beef and corned beef sandwich.
Plenty of protein.
Yeah, there you go. 10 more push-ups.
Payoff pitch to Davis. Checked his swing. Did not go around. That one's inside, and he draws a walk. Pair of walks in the inning now for Vitek. That and a moonshot from Nick Revo have the Collegians up 2-0. Guy who knows a thing or two about home runs standing in now, Chris Jimenez. Jimenez watches one low. He leads the team in homers. He's got 5 of them on the year. By the way, he's taken a few less at-bats than everyone else on the team.
Had a really nice turn at a double play at second base playing in the All-Star game out of position.
And he lines one down the third base line. That's a fair ball. Ought to be extra bases here for Chris Jimenez. Davis digging around second. They'll hold him at third. So 2 runners in scoring position now for Hunter Hudson. Yeah, Jimenez participating in the All-Star festivities as well. In fact, all the top 6 guys in this lineup all were All-Stars. Rounding out here with Hunter Hudson. Jimenez and Hudson in that All-Star game, as Jake kind of alluded to, played a bit out of position. Jimenez can play second base. We've seen him do it for the Collegians, but not his typical position. Hunter Hudson played third base in that All-Star game. I don't think he got a ball hit his way, which is too bad. I would have liked to have seen a little action for him there at the hot corner. Stands in from the left side here. Switch hitter. And takes one in the dirt. So Chris Jimenez with that double stays red hot. Struggled just a little bit with the bat in his first few games as a Collegian. Since then, he's been the best hitter on the team. 1-0. That one gets a piece nearly of Hunter Hudson. It does, and he'll draw the walk on the hit by pitch. So he's down to first base, and the bases are loaded for Kelby Richardson.
Right fielder number 6, Kelby Richardson.
That will prompt a visit from the coaching staff to the mound to check with Vitek. Richardson coming in is a .236 hitter. Good news for him is he has a .408 on-base percentage. He's drawn 11 walks. and has been hit by a pitch 5 times. He's second on the team in that category. Only Nick Hall has been hit more, even though Nick has about half the plate appearances that Richardson does. And Hall's been a ball magnet this year. We might see him in Game 2. So, meeting concluded at the mound. And Richardson will stand in with the bases loaded. Davis at third, Jimenez at second, and the courtesy runner, Chris Amador, on at first for Hunter Hudson. And Richardson gets the first pitch in on the hands, fouls it back to the screen. The biggest problem for Kelby this year has been the ground balls, especially with runners in scoring position and at first base. He's grounded into his fair share of double plays. Looking to avoid that here. 0-1 pitch. Fly ball. That will get a run in. And it will do more than that as it's over the head of the center fielder, Finley. He couldn't track it. 1 run will score. Davis is in. Here comes Jimenez. Throw to the plate is not in time. Gets away from the catcher, and both runners are going to move up 90 feet. Finley was just drifting around out there in left center field. Never really found the baseball. It fell over his head. And it's 2 RBIs for Kelby Richardson.
There are some clouds out here, but I don't know how he would have lost that baseball. I just don't think he had a good track on it. Never really got the beat on it. And watched it fall behind his head, and it cost him not only a run, but, 60 feet to both guys. So not a good play, and, of course, there's the out as well. So a tough bottom of the first inning thus far for these Bandits.
3 of these runs have come in on defensive miscues. The 2 there on that, I guess we're scoring. Well, they're going to score at an error on Finley out there in center. But the other one coming in on the errant throw from the catcher Fisher. That was the first one. Roselle came in to score, trying to steal third. 1-1 to Reeves. On the ground to the first baseman. It'll get a run home. So Reeves is retired, but knocks in Chris Amador. And now the Collegians have a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. So an RBI ground out for Reeves, and now kicks Farrell, the batter. Collegians have gone through the order here the first time around.
Come on, kicks!
And Farrell grounds one down the third base line. That's going to get through for at least a double. In to score is Richardson. Farrell will slide into second base with an RBI double. And it's now 6-0 Boulder.
Haven't seen the Collegians been able to get a rally like this in a long time.
Number 18, Brennan Roselle.
The bats have been a little silent of late. They re-emerged against the Pirates and seem to have stayed that way here against the Bandits. Roselle up for his second go at things in this inning. Drew a walk his first time around, leading off the ball game, stole second base, attempted to steal third. The throw was errant, and he came in to score. And he'll take a strike. 7-inning affair in this first game. Game 1 of 2 between these two clubs tonight. Plenty of time in between the ball game to go get yourself a couple beers. Throw gets away from the second baseman, and Farrell's going to move up 90 feet. Another instance of throwing the ball around here for the Northern Colorado Bandits.
I didn't eat anything before this either. This is the Avery Brewery White Rascal first inning. Get one more shout for our friends over at Avery Brewery. Not here, but able to donate some beers. There are 4 breweries here in attendance, 3 that donated beers. And you might hear some background sound. That's actually Ethan Jordan's call of Nick Arrivo's home run from earlier, because Steven Arrivo, Nick Arrivo's dad, is sitting right in front of us and was not here for it. Was still driving in.
Oh, that's tough.
I told him, I'm like, you missed it.
Wow. Got to get here early, especially when your son hits in the top of the lineup.
Nailed it.
This one was high to Roselle. He's up 3-1. What we need to do is we need to get Steve Arrivo back in here to do the PA. He did a wonderful job when he was in here. Gave us all a lot to laugh about in the booth.
He's going to be a little sauced up today. I see him down here. Look at him. He's going for the beer right now.
Uh-oh. Still has his hat he won in our trivia contest in Wednesday's All-Star game.
Still has the tag on the hat, I think is what you meant to say.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. I'm not sure if that's a fashion statement or he just doesn't realize it's there. Runner at third, 3-2 pitch coming to Roselle. Brennan flies one down the right field line, and it will be foul.
Parks.
So back to third base goes Kix Farrell. And Roselle will try it again, 3-2. And there's Mr. Arriva with his beer. Oh, the same tea shandy that you're drinking there, Jake.
I'm drinking a White Rascal. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, that's right. They are the sponsor of this first inning. And the full count pitch one more time. High chopper to short. Jumping there for it is Cosper. Can he throw out Roselle? No, he cannot, and a run is in to score. Roselle flying down that first base line. Farrell touches home, and it's now 7-0 Boulder.
Old tacos in the first inning for your Boulder Collegians. They've gotten 7 runs and no signs of stopping, taking advantage of these 3 Bandits errors here in the bottom of the first.
Jake, you're going to cover the Rapids tonight, and I don't know if you can answer this question because you're a journalist. Over or under this many goals scored against the Rapids tonight?
7?
Yeah.
Under.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean,
That was a joke
I'm not
about how bad
supposed
the
to.
Rapids are.
Well, they've won. They haven't lost in 6 straight games.
Have they not?
No, they're unbeaten in
Uh-huh.
6. 2 hottest teams in MLS tonight: LAFC and the Rapids.
That's why I asked, because LAFC is good.
The Rapids got center back about 7 games ago, Laos Abubakar, and they've been unbelievable since. He's great.
Connor Kostecka grounds one down the first base line. That's a fair ball. That gets over the glove of the first baseman. Kostecka's going to round first and head to second. Up to third goes Brennan Roselle. And the Collegians offense is rolling here in this first inning.
Left fielder number 14.
Doesn't get much better than this. Couple beers, batting around in the first inning, 7 runs in thus far. Here comes Nick Arrivo, who's already got 1 home run in this inning, coming up with second and third.
This is the guy you want up with those runners in scoring position.
It's got to be tough as a pitcher to face someone you already gave up to a home run to in the same inning.
Looks to be a little careful with him as he misses outside.
I think he's gotten as many outs in the last 8 batters as he does, giving up home runs to Nick Arrivo.
You're not wrong. This one missed outside, and it's 2-0.
Jack, they're already calling for you.
I'm ready.
Arrivo's hitting .409 with runners in scoring position. So about average for him. And there's a strike.
Point to the righty in the booth instead of in the pen.
We are being particularly careful with Nick Arrivo, and why not? It's 3 balls and a strike. Good pitch on 3-1 from Phytech. He finds the bottom of the zone and fills the count up. Arrivo's home run came off of a full count pitch. And this time he will watch one go by for strike 3 called. So a home run and a strikeout looking in the inning for Nick Arrivo, but the Collegians lead it 7-0 as we move on to the second. They strike for a big number here in the bottom of the first. Come on back to Scott Carpenter Park and Beer Fest with us.
Good sportsmanship. Persons throwing objects or participating in other acts of conflict with good sportsmanship. Safety and fair play are subject to
Reggie Paris misses down low with his first pitch of the second inning. A little bit different ball game he's pitching in here in the second. All of a sudden, it's 7-0 Boulder as they struck for that 7 spot in the bottom of the first. Went through the order and then some. That's 2 balls and no strikes now to Dylan Norson. Or excuse me, to Grant Goldston. Paris got him in order in the first inning thanks to a double play. One fouled away, and there's the first strike of the inning for Paris. Reggie looking to get back on track here tonight. So it's been a bit of a tough go for him this season. We get a comebacker here. Jogs over to Davis at first, flips it underhand for out number 1.
Throwing a lot more strikes tonight than he has the last few games. Really liking this out of Reggie.
The walks have hurt him in the past. He's had 13 walks in his 12 innings pitched. Misses high here to Cade Nelson. We're going to get Jake Shapiro. He's going to head down and chat with the fellows who are behind the screen tracking the pitches. There's a 2-0 count now to Nelson. Looks like it's Jake Olafson, and who else is down there? Looks like Tommy Shriver. 3-0 to Cade Nelson. First 3.
Yeah, I'm down here, Ethan, with the guys tracking pitches. How's Reggie doing thus far, guys?
Good. Other than that, been pounding the zone, sitting low weights for the most part. So
Jake, ask him about the pluses and minuses.
What do you want me to ask about?
The pluses and minuses. Were you here when Jackson Hewlett was telling us about that?
Well, we're getting a lot of pluses according to Jake Olafson, except for that 4-pitch walk. A lot of strikes thus far.
Preston Yurt will be the batter with the runner at first and 1 away.
3 pluses thus far for Reggie, and about 5 minuses.
That doesn't mean he's pitched poorly. Unless you get a guy in 3 pitches, you get a minus. So it's all right. No plus there as he goes behind on Yurt. Now evens it up at 1-1. Paris is 1-1 missed inside. Good play by Hudson to grab it. Keep the runner at first base.
Yeah, 2-1 count. This could be a tough count. Good swing away count for the Bandits here.
Nelson not the swiftest of foot. Likely staying put. 2-1. Missed low.
Ooh. Collegians dugout thought that was going to be a strike.
As did I think most of the folks in the stands. Home plate umpire saw it differently. Just a touch low for Paris. 3-1. And spoiled away by Yurt.
This is a key pitch for Reggie after the walk to get back right, get a strikeout, or maybe even a ground ball double play here to get out of the inning. Keep the momentum up after that 7-run bottom of the first.
Yeah, what he certainly doesn't want to do is walk his second man in a row here, so expect this one to be in the zone. Full count pitch on the way. And he missed high and outside, ball 4. So a pair of walks to begin this second inning after a good first inning on the hill for Paris, and now he really has to go to work here against Brett Thompson.
And Ethan, hasn't that been Reggie's problem all year? It's been too many walks for him. Unfortunately, he hasn't been hit that hard, but it's just been too many walks.
Now, Jake, he has given up 13 walks as opposed to 16 hits, so that ratio not the way he wants it to be. 13 walks to 9 strikeouts as well. His first pitch to Thompson, and Brett flies it towards the Collegians dugout, and it's going to get out of play.
And this second inning, by the way, is sponsored by Real Dry Apple Cider, which comes from Stem Cidery.
Well, one on Thompson here on beer night. The Collegians game. If you're at home wondering whether you should come out to the game still, definitely the night to come out. Pair of games here this evening, so you won't be missing too much. We're only in the top of the second inning of game number 1. Get yourself a beer or two. 0-1 from Paris, missed high. And that's really where Reggie has missed in this inning, is upstairs, just not finishing off his motion. Bullpen is at work for the Bandits. 1-1 rope down the third base line, but it's a foul ball. Parrish looking for the strikeout or double play here. 2 runners aboard and 1 out in the inning. Good news for him is he's up 7-0, so he can kind of just go after guys. Hasn't done that yet this inning. One-two on the way. Missed inside and perhaps low with it. Better pitch that time from Reggie, though. Not a bad pitch on 1 and 2. Collegians looking to get back to 500 here tonight. This one misses outside. In fact, that prolonged quest to get above 500 could finally come to an end here this evening. They can win both of these games. For the first time this season, they will be above 500. They've gotten very close, and there's another walk for Paris. So he fills up the count against Thompson and walks him.
And Reggie's walked the bases loaded here with 1 out. The exact opposite thing you want with a bottom of the first with 7 runs. You followed up with 3 walks to fill up the bases, and you give the Bandits some hope to get back into the game.
Yeah, Garrett Fisher can make things interesting if he's able to find a gap. Maybe score 3 or so. All of a sudden you're in slam range if you're Northern Colorado. Fisher would also love to make up for that throwing error he had behind the plate that allowed Roselle to score in the bottom of the first.
Reggie sitting about 76 right now, topping at 80. He topped 84 early on in the game, but his second inning, not only has the command not been there, but the velocity has started to come down as well.
The bullpen is at work for the Collegians. Paris finds the zone here against Garrett Fisher as he pumps in a strike on a fastball. His 0-1 is high again. Looked like there's a little less velocity to it than that last pitch as well. Bases loaded, all due to walks. 1-1 swing and a miss. Hudson will try and backpick it first. In with a slide is Thompson.
Ethan, you and I, one of our favorite plays there, the Hunter Hudson backpick. I was actually talking about that with Hunter the other night when we were out. And we were making fun of Turner for not throwing that back pick in that game that we saw about last week. And we were saying to Turner, me and Hunter, where Hunter would have thrown that ball. Hunter had him if that was Hunter. And Turner's like, I got to be more ambitious about that.
1-2. I think we said a similar thing on the broadcast. This one missed in the dirt. That, well, at the very least, Hudson would have thrown that ball down and might have nabbed him. Big 2-2 pitch coming here for Paris. Going to try and go after Fisher here and not work another full count. Reggie into his motion, brings it home. This one back up the first base line, bouncing around off the grass down there, and Hudson will touch it in foul territory. And
that was coming back fair, Ethan. That was coming back fair.
No, it rolled off the lip of the grass on the foul part of the cut there in the base in the runner's lane. And good job by Hudson to make sure that one stayed a foul ball. By the time he would have collected it in fair territory, Fisher would have been 5 steps past first base. Now Fisher is jogging back to the dugout. I'm not sure what this is about. Maybe needs a new piece of lumber.
Yeah, I think that's what this is about. He just put his piece of lumber down. He's in the dugout right now, running back to his backpack, looking for something.
Yeah, this isn't the major leagues where you have 8 new bats on hand.
He's got a new bat with him now.
Sometimes even you have to borrow a teammate's, and then you hope you don't break that one.
Yeah, you know, Ethan, that's the story of my life. Is first time my teammate ever lent me a wood bat. First swing on a pitching machine, I broke it. So no one ever lent me a wood bat ever again.
Yeah, that's really tough there. First pitch, yeah, that'll get you blacklisted for life. I've never broken a wood bat, actually, which kind of makes me sad. 2-2 pitch, fouled away. And
nothing will make you feel more masculine than breaking a wood bat.
Yeah, and unfortunately, old man softball uses metal bats, so.
Have you ever broken a metal bat? I've broken a metal bat before, too.
No, I have not broken a metal.
I hit the cap on it. The cap flew off, and there goes that bat. Yeah, as you can tell, really good hitter, this Jake Shapiro.
I think what we're going for is strong enough to break bats. It's just the natural strength, you know?
There's you again looking for the positivity.
2-2 here to Garrett Fisher. Bases are full of Bandits. Looking to heist a run here. Fisher's fouled off a couple of pitches on 2-2 from Paris. Reggie going to try and go get him right here. This one line to Davis at first. This is going to be a double play as he tags out Thompson, and that will end the inning. So best case scenario there for Paris as he works out of the inning unscathed despite the 3 walks in the frame. And we'll move on to the bottom half. Still 7-0 Boulder. Seven nothing Collegians. Bottom of the second inning from Scott Carpenter Park in Boulder. Ethan Jordan and Jake Shapiro alongside you. Turner Davis fouls the first pitch he sees. It's 0-1 on the big cleanup man. Collegians went through the order and then had the 1-2-3 guys hit one more time in the first inning. Netted them a total of 7 runs. That one's high. The interesting thing about them scoring those runs is that they only recorded 1 walk in the inning. 6 hits and 3 errors helped their case for getting those 7 runs. So 2-1 on Davis here. Vitek is back to work on the mound. Bullpen is at work for NoCo. 2-2 on Davis after the foul ball to the screen. Turner not only participated in that home run derby, which we have to give him a little bit of a hard time about, but he also started at first base for the Gray team, the home team in the All-Star game. His team took home the victory. Made it a little interesting in that 9th inning, that All-Star contest. Full count on Davis now, as the white team struck for their first 4 runs all in that ninth. I believe the Whites ended up winning it 7-4, I believe, as Davis draws the free pass. So Vitek's second walk of the day comes here in the second to Turner Davis and brings up Chris Jimenez. Jimenez drew the first free pass of the afternoon back in the first inning. Would later come around to score, as so many did in that half inning. Vitek missed high to Jimenez. That one's outside.
Yeah, you're talking about that all-star game, Ethan. Closer Brennan Roselle really just didn't work out for the Gray team, but pushed into a hard position there.
Roselle came on with 2 outs in the inning. They just wanted him to get 1 out, and he really wasn't able to do so. Granted, he came in with runners at first and second, but Roselle kind of the emergency pitcher for the Collegians, need be. He's pitched in 1 game this year for Boulder. Jimenez pops this one over the Bandits dugout, over towards the beer tents, and out of play.
Saw Davis have the walk, and now a really nice at-bat so far from Jimenez. I really like the Collegians' patience after a 7-run first, realizing how they got those runs. Patience and misplays. They're still letting the Bandits force those misplays and you know, taking it easy.
2-2 pitch to Jimenez. And Chris gets underneath of this one. Popped right behind second base. Brantbach makes the catch, and there's the first out. And with Jimenez gone, here comes Hunter Hudson.
Nick Arrivo still in the dugout, pumped up about his home run last inning.
And why not? His first bomb of the season. And it was a no-doubter. Hudson in the first inning was hit by a pitch. Came around to score. And takes a breaking ball inside for ball 1.
Trying to reach on his own accord now.
He's got a runner at first and 1 away. So trying to keep it off the ground at the very least. And the 1-0 right back to the mound. Off the glove of Vitek. He'll go to second for 1. Throw to first is in time for an odd double play. The 1-6-3 double play. Or I suppose the 1-1-6-3 double play, as he had to grab it off the grass. But either way, it ends the inning. The Collegians unable to strike for a run, but they still lead it 7-0. To the third inning we go here from Boulder, Colorado, here on the Collegians Broadcast Network.
So this is how we end up. Shades of blue and gray. I feel just like an empty bottle. My dreams are on delay. I just wanna climb on top of a hill and throw it all away, away. Take me far away before my mind spins off and I am all derailed, derailed. Just drive all the way to the rainbow's end. Just drive, and we'll never turn our backs again. how we end up. The game is set to play. Every day remains the same now. One decision we obey. I just wanna climb on top of a hill and throw it all away.
Third inning of play here in Boulder, Colorado. Collegians leading this one 7-0 over the NoCo Bandits. And this third inning is brought to you by the Bootstrap Lush Puppy Juicy IPA here on Beer Night. Bootstrap Brewing out of Longmont, Colorado. One of the breweries around here tonight for Beer Night at the ballpark. First batter of the inning is Bailey Brackenbeck. I say that 5 times fast. First baseman is up 2-0. Paris missed outside to him. 3 balls and no strikes. Paris looking to avoid walking another leadoff guy. And he'll do it there as he hits a strike, avoiding it at least for the moment. (3-1), ball 4. So Paris issues another free pass, his 4th of the ball game. He allowed 3 base on balls in the second inning. As we give you a look inside the broadcast booth, this is Nick Arrivo's new bat, and it's first at bat of use. He put one over the left field fence, so safe to say he's happy with his purchase. Got the American flag grip.
First swing he took, it was a home run.
Yeah, this is an awfully nice bat. I was just testing it out, not swinging it, of course, just feeling the weight. This is a nice bat. I like it.
Yeah, Danny David tells me, he's like, you got to get this on the broadcast. Show the fans what we got here with Nick Arrivo's bat.
No, it's sweet.
You also see the beer in the picture for the Boulder Beer Fest. This is the Bootstrap Brewing Lush Puppy Juicy IPA, third inning.
Was Bootstrap the brewery that was here the other night? No, that was Sanitas that was here.
Yep, and they've
Let's
got...
go. I think
Sanitas has the fourth inning.
I think Bootstrap was here a few games ago. There's once in a while you'll come to the ballpark and there'll be some beer for sale. So another reason to come out and check out a Collegians baseball game. Never know when you might get a brew. You know you'll get one tonight here at Beer Fest. We've got, let's see, 7 different brews up here in the booth with us. Going to sponsor each one an inning.
7 up in the booth. We've got 4 breweries here and 3 breweries that have donated beer up to us.
Each of them will receive their own inning of sponsorship. Of course, this is the Lush Puppies inning to shine. The 1-0 swing and a miss by Finley at a ball that was way out of the zone.
I'm still enjoying the Sem Cidery Colorado cider second inning, quite honestly. That dry apple was good.
The 1-1 fired in for a strike. And probably the best fastball we've seen from Paris so far this evening. Right on the black.
Back to throwing strikes this at bat.
1-2 lined into left field for a base knock. So Paris throws strikes, but he gets tagged with a base hit. And now runners at first and second, and still no one away in the heart of the order coming up.
The shortstop, Cosper.
Jack Cosper, the shortstop, will stand in. He grounded into a double play back in the first inning. Sure, Reggie Paris wouldn't mind another one of those right here.
Collegians have young blood warming up in the bullpen right now if Paris continues to struggle.
Reggie hasn't given up a run yet, but has allowed his fair share of traffic. Hudson keeps it in front of him. Both runners going to retreat back to the respective bases, and now they've got the runner hung up in between first and second. Finley in some trouble. Now they're going to try and pin Brockton-back. Brockton-back trying to retreat to second. Does he get there in time? No, he does not. He is tagged out by Connor Kostecka. So the Collegians clear one of the runners off of the base paths. Up to second on the play goes Finley. Good base running by Finley to at least ensure that they keep a runner in scoring position. So with one away, a runner at second. Here for Jack Cosper. Good work again by Hunter Hudson to hang a batter up, or runner up.
Again, it's Hunter Hudson not being scared to throw as a catcher, trusting his ability, trusting his teammates to be in the right spots, gunning it out, and the Collegians with a really nice play there. Not easy to get these pickoffs and pickles right in Summer League with guys not really that familiar with each other, but the Collegians do it the textbook way.
Paris's next delivery to Cosper. This one a bit more normal and less eventful. Misses low. Good news for Cosper is he can't ground into a double play now. Still has a chance to drive in the first run of the ball game with that runner at second base. Now watches another one low. Paris taking his time here. 3-0 pitch. High ball 4. So no sooner does he clear off that runner at first base, essentially, and he puts him right back on.
Mark Goodman's going to the mound right now. He might go to the bullpen. Reggie's had some issues with walks here, and he's going to John Youngblood in the bullpen.
So Youngblood will enter here in the third inning. As he does so, we will take a short break. 7-0 Boulder. Runners at first and second for NoCo as they look for their first run of the ball game. We'll be right back. John Youngblood on in relief of Reggie Paris here in the Bootstrap Brewing Lush Puppy Juicy IPA third inning. Runners at first and second for the NoCo Bandits. One away in the inning. And the batter is Dylan Norson, 3-hole hitting left fielder. Ethan Jordan and Jake Shapiro alongside you here on Beer Night. Norson fouls this one away. May have gotten a piece of him on the foul ball, so he's going to walk that off.
Yeah, Ethan, I'm down here in the Collegians dugout right now. Good spirits as they're up 7-0, but trying to get out of this small jam Reggie Paris created with John Youngblood. A lot of faith in John.
Speaking of good spirits, plenty of, well, I don't know if they're spirits, but beer here at Scott Carpenter Park this evening. Come out if you're still questioning whether you should come to the ballpark. Tonight is the night. This one misses outside from Youngblood. John on for his 5th appearance of the season. He's pitched 6 innings in those first 4 appearances, giving up 2 earned runs. Strikeout to walk ratio looks good, 6-3. 1-1 from John, missed inside. No final line yet for Reggie Paris, as those 2 runners on base belong to him. But as he exits, he's given up 2 hits and 2 1/3 innings pitched. The bad news is he's walked 5 guys. So hoping to keep those runners stranded as John Youngblood misses outside in the dirt. Hudson gets it on the backhand, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, not what you want from John. 3-ball count to his first batter faced, and the Collegians continue to have some walk issues. They've had them all year long. That's been the main issue they've run into is the walks. Got to throw some strikes.
Youngblood needs a strike here. 3-1 pitch. Good frame by Hudson. Finds it on the outside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, the total number looks like this for the Collegians. In 160 total innings pitched, they've walked 98 guys. Good news for them is they've struck out 150, but still not quite the ratio you want.
And there's walk 99 on the year.
So John Youngblood really needs to avoid walk 100 here against Grant Goldston, as the bases are loaded and there's nowhere to put the cleanup hitter. Ground ball would be the name of the game here. Bases loaded, 1 away.
And the Collegians bullpen is going to start moseying around again here already.
Looks like Brant Toledo's already standing out there.
I think it's going to be Oliver.
Youngblood fires in a strike to Goldston. John has a chance to get out of the inning here with this batter. 0-1. Fly ball that gets out of play. Finley is at third. He singled. Cosper is at second. And Norson at first. That one runs in and gets him, and that'll be a run. So Youngblood beans Goldston, pushing the runner from third base Finley in to score. Now it's a 6-run lead for Boulder. And still only 1 away, and the base is loaded for Cade Nelson.
And the Collegians bullpen is going to get hot here.
Nelson, one of a number of guys to draw a walk against Reggie Paris. He drew his to lead off, as the second guy in the second inning. And takes one high for ball 1. So Youngblood has the command bug as well. Can't seem to find the zone consistently. Grounder to second. This could get him out of the inning. Farrell goes to short for 1. On to first from Roselle. It's in time to Turner Davis to end the frame. So John Youngblood, despite hitting a batter and knocking in a run, works out of it with limited damage. 7-1 our score. On to the bottom of the third here from Boulder. Collegians in the lead. Collegians pitching once again, pulling their best Houdini act to work out of a situation in the top of the third inning. Boulder up 7-1 here in the bottom half of said inning. And Kelby Richardson, the batter. Kelby doubled back in the first inning. One of 7 Collegians in the order to reach base at least once. And that one outside, 2-0 to the right fielder. This third inning brought to you by Bootstrap Brewing Company's Lush Puppy Juicy IPA here on Beer Night in Boulder. And it's 3-0 now to Kelby Richardson. Big hack from Kelby. Can't come up with anything as he barely tips it foul. 7, 8, and 9 in the inning. Reeves and Farrell to follow Kelby. Ground ball to short. High chopper gets over the glove of the shortstop, and that'll be a base knock for Richardson. He's going to try and dig for second as the left fielder had to come in to grab that one. And upstanding into second base goes Kelby Richardson. So probably the oddest double you'll ever see from Kelby Richardson, as it was just a high chopper over the glove of the shortstop Cosper.
Center fielder number 15, J.J. Reeves.
Now with the runner in scoring position, here's J.J. Reeves. Swing and a miss from Reeves. The old 100-foot double for Kelby Richardson. Chopped it right pretty much in front of the plate, and then it got over the glove. But he's at second base regardless. Couple checks on him from the pitcher, Vitek. And Alex spins out of his set position, checks the runner back, no one there to pick him off with. And it's still 0-1 on J.J. Reeves. Richardson a stutter step out there. Pitch missed outside. Reeves back in the first, was one of the few guys not to join the hit parade. Grounded out to third. The good news on that ground out for Reeves is he drove in a run, so that's all right. 1-1 called, or 1-2, pardon me, called strike 3 on Reeves, and he has gone on strikes. Vitek records his second K of the evening.
Second baseman number 9.
And now Kix Farrell will try and drive in the run. Farrell, along with Richardson, had a double in the first inning. Both of Vitek's strikeouts tonight have been looking. And both in the second time through the order. First pitch to Farrell. And Kix just places this one perfectly into left field. Richardson will have to hold up at third base as Norson was able to grab it quickly. Kix didn't hit it all that hard, but just placed it between the shortstop and the third baseman for a base knock. And runners at the corners for the top of the order and Brennan Roselle. So a couple of well-placed balls in the inning for the Collegians. Have runners on the corners. Roselle's been on base twice. He's walked and has had an infield single. Reeves takes off. Throw down to second. Richardson hangs on. It gets through both of the middle infielders there, and into score comes Kelby Richardson. It's 8-1, Boulder. The Collegians strike here in the third after being unable to score in the second. Got another chance to add on here with Farrell, not Reeves. That was Kix taking second base as J.J. Reeves struck out. So Kix Farrell snags second base and allows the run to come in to score on the errant throw. One ball, no strikes to Brennan Roselle. And time asked for at the plate before the pitch can be delivered. Farrell was taking off for third, so maybe not try that again as they might have a beat on it. Still 1-0 to Roselle. throwing error allowing the run to come in to score in this inning. That was the way Roselle scored in the first. He stole second, and then on his attempt to steal third, the throw went into the outfield, and he took home as well and brought in the first run of the ball game. 1 ball and no strike count on him here. He'll ask for time. Vitek was taking his time on the mound. Vitek a check at that runner on second. We'll double check now. Really taking his time here on the mound. And now finally brings it home. And all that for a ball that is inside, gets away from the catcher, and brings Farrell up to third base. Not sure what happened there. Fisher maybe got crossed up on the pitch, as it was a high fastball inside that Fisher just couldn't handle. Popped off his glove, and now the run 90 feet closer. So mark it down as a pass ball. Now it's 2-0 on Roselle. The umpire went out and had a conversation with Vitek. I'm not sure what about. Don't know if it's the pace or what it is. But that meeting concluded. Here's the 2-0 pitch. In the dirt, good block by Fisher, saves a run. Collegians up 8-1. Bottom of 3 here in this Bootstrap Brewing Company's Lush Puppy Juicy IPA, third inning. And that one comes in and hits Roselle. So Brennan having some words with the pitcher. I wonder if that's what the umpire was talking to him about earlier as he came inside on Roselle. Umpire and the catcher come between the two. Nothing really going on, though, as Roselle heads to first. Not sure if something was said between the two, and coach is going to come get his pitcher. So Vitek's evening is done. He will walk off the field, down 8-1, and leaves runners at first and third. New pitcher coming on for the NoCo Bandits. We'll get you acquainted with him when we come back. 8-1 Boulder, bottom of 3 here at Scott Carpenter Park. Connor Kostecka into bat here, and he'll face a new pitcher as Coach Chung goes to his bullpen and brings in David Grossenbach. Grossenbach, a right-handed pitcher against the left-handed hitting Kostecka. Connor's shortchanged him there. 1 for 2 on the evening, a double and a pop-up. He's got first and third with one away. Kostecka flies one high and deep down the right field line. Forget about it. That one's over about a couple trees. A long bomb for Connor Kostecka, a 3-run shot, and the Collegians lead it 11-1. And how about that bat flip from Kostecka? Me oh my. So the second home run of the ball game for the Collegians. Kostecka's second of the year. And the Collegians lead it 11-0. The man with the other home run on the evening, Nick Arrivo, stands in with that beautiful new bat. It's done well for him so far. When he swung it, he hit a home run. So there's that. When he didn't swing it, he struck out. I don't know. First pitch to Arrivo, in for a strike. Another good pitch there, a breaking ball that falls in for strike 2. This time the breaking ball's in too tight. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Arrivo. Home run being Nick's first of the season. Got this Collegians offense kick-started in the first inning. Holds up his swing here. They'll check down to first. No, he did not. And the count's even at 2. Rosenbach's first batter gave up a home run, trying to get Arrivo here. Nick just gets a piece of this one, stays alive, 2-2. Collegians small homestand here. Play 2 here tonight and then 1 tomorrow against the Colorado Sox here at Scott Carpenter Park. And they're up in Fort Collins on Sunday. 2-2, breaking ball down the third base line. That'll get into left field for at least a single. It's going to be more than that, though, as Arrivo motors around first. He is into second base with a stand-up double, his second hit of the evening.
Now batting, number 25, Turner Davis. It has just come across the AP wire that Turner was traded to Eckerd College for a pair of cleats.
Turner Davis, the batter. He's been aboard twice. He's walked both times. He's got a runner at second, 1 away. Gets a breaking ball, dropped the shoulder, missing it low, and flies it to left field for Norson. Makes the grab. Arrivo's going to tag despite the ball hit to left field, and it'll get into third base on the tag up. The ball wasn't hit all that deep to left field. I don't think Norson was expecting Arrivo to take off, and Nick can really run. And so he's up to third base here with 2 away. Hard to question that as it wasn't close at all, but I don't know. With what would have been 2 away, of course, with the ball being caught. Don't want to try and make that third out at third base, but Arrivo was confident he could get there and clearly proved that that was the case. Chris Jimenez, this ball gets away, and, well, Arrivo's gamble will pay off as he's in to score on the wild pitch, and the Collegians lead it 12-1 now. By the way, if you're wondering, the run rule is 10 after 5. So the Collegians within that limit here in the third inning. Base is empty, 2 away, and Chris Jimenez at the bat. Now 2-0 on Jimenez. Chris has been aboard once on a walk. Now he's up 3-0. 3-0. Swings at one that maybe he shouldn't have on 3 balls and no strikes, but he'll stay alive as he fouls it into the stands. Perhaps expect to see Jimenez behind the plate in Game 2, DHing here in this one. Typically, that's how the Collegians run these doubleheaders, is switching between Hudson and Jimenez. Davis always a possibility behind the dish as well. 3-1 pitch. That's ball 4, missed inside. So Jimenez draws his second free pass of the evening. He's down to first base. And in stands Hunter Hudson.
Catcher, number 11, Hunter Hudson.
Hudson was plunked in the first, grounded into a double play in the second. Well, rather, lined into, then grounded into a double play. It was lined off of the glove of Fitek, who knocked it down towards that NoCo dugout, and it will just clear it for a foul ball. Collegians through the order now, as all 9 have come to bat here in this third inning. Collegians have scored 12 runs on just 9 hits. I say just 9 hits because of the number of runs. 9 hits in the third inning ain't bad. 0-1. Hudson once again dips underneath the breaking ball. Pushes it a little further down the line, but still out of play and foul. Pretty sizable crowd here on this Friday evening. Of course, it's Beer Fest night. This third inning brought to you by the Rootstrap Brewing Company Lush Puppy Juicy IPA. 0-2 on Hudson. And missed outside with it. Not a bad pitch on 0-2 from Grossenbach. But Hudson able to lay off. Against the lefty, throwing that fastball outside, pretty easy pitch to lay off compared to maybe a breaking ball or something else. So you can see it's going to miss all the way. Breaking ball in the zone this time, grounded past a reaching Danny David Linehan down the first base line. I'm sure Danny would tell us if he had leather, he would have snagged that one. But as it is, it's 1-2. They're underway in Denver, where the Dodgers already lead the Rockies 2-0. So we might keep you updated on that one, depending on how that goes. We don't want to spoil your Friday. 2-2 on Hudson. Runner at first, 2 away. Collegians up 12-1. A breaking ball called strike 3. Grossenbach freezes Hudson, and that will end the inning. So the third inning finally comes to a close. 12-1 the lead for Boulder. On to the fourth here from Scott Carpenter Park when we come back on the Collegians Broadcast Network. John Youngblood. Oh, goodness. A little bit of an audio spike there. John Youngblood is on to pitch for the Collegians. Oh, back on to pitch, I should say. He was able to work out of some trouble in the third inning. He did allow one run to come in to score. The run wasn't charged to him, charged to Reggie Paris. John pumps in a strike to Preston Yurt. But John was able to get a double play, a 4-6-3 turn of things to work out of the inning. 1-1 now. He missed low. One from John. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. It's his first full inning of work for Youngblood. So we'll see coming out of the windup, having his own inning, things are a little better for him as he was a bit wild last inning. He walked a guy, hit a guy, and, well, here he strikes out Preston Yurt to begin the inning. So things leaning towards good change of pace for John Youngblood, as he gets the strikeout of Yurt. And Brett Thompson will be the batter. Though they did get the one run in that third inning, the Bandits, they left a number of runners stranded again. One up the middle. Nice pick by Roselle. He'll throw him out. And a nice play by Davis at first base to lay the tag on Thompson, gets the out. Fine play from both fielders, and there's two away. I mean, you look down, other than the first inning, well, even the first inning, a double play rolled into by NoCo. They had the bases loaded on walks in the second with only one away, and then a line-out double play got it. So it's been a double play to end the inning, or at least end the rally, in all three innings so far for the Collegian on the hill, whether that be Reggie Paris or John Youngblood. Misses high to Fisher here. Fisher was the victim of that line-out double plays. He hit a soft liner to Turner Davis, who tagged out the runner Thompson, who was on first. One-0. Just a bit low. It's 2-0 now. Pumps in a strike here. 2-1. Foul down the third base line. Youngblood looking for the 1-2-3 inning here in the fourth. 2-2 count on Fisher. And Garrett fouls one back to the screen. Two-two pitch. Fly ball to right. Richardson chasing it back into the gap. This one's got some carry on. It's off the wall. Fisher into second with a stand-up double. That one just kept drifting and drifting on Kelby Richardson. Off the bat, it didn't appear that it would get out to the wall. Not even the warning track, in fact, off the bat. But the ball's carrying here tonight in Boulder with the low humidity, high temperatures. And just banged off right by that 345 sign. So, chance to add another run here. Try and at least move the deficit down below the run rule line for the Bandits. Bailey Brachtenbach takes ball one. Brachtenbach walked in the third inning. Picked off of first base by Hunter Hudson. 1-0 from Youngblood. Therefore, a strike. 1-1. Back to the screen. And Brachtenbach upset. Missed a pitch there as Youngblood left a fastball center cut. Another 2-strike count here for Youngblood with 2 away. Trying to end the inning right here. John brings it home. Ground ball right back up the middle, off the glove of Youngblood, and nobody's going to have a play. So John tried to corral it. It just came at him too quickly. And by the time Kostecka got to it, Brachtenbach was well safe at first base. Up to third on the play goes Fisher. So now the run that would put the Bandits back within the normal territory, not in the run rule territory, is at first. And the top of the order in Dakota Finley going to try and move them around. So credit Brachtenbach with an infield knock. Chopper goes foul, 0-1. Finley's been solid today, 2 for 2, pair of singles for him. Neither of those singles come against Youngblood, so it's his first time seeing John. Hudson picks it out of the dirt, throw down to first, is in time to nab him. Another big back pick from Hunter Hudson. This time he had to scoop it out of the dirt first. Fine play behind the plate, and it ends the inning. 12-1, Boulder leads it on to the bottom of the 4th here from Boulder. Bottom of the 4th inning here in Boulder. The bottom of the 4th is sponsored by Spaceman Double IPA from the Boulder Beer Company, Colorado's first craft brewery. Been around since 1979. They're our sponsor here for this bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th begins with Kelby Richardson, who led off the bottom of the 3rd with a double. He takes one inside for ball 1. Wasn't the hardest hit double of Kelby's career, that's for sure. It was just a Baltimore chop, or as Jake Shapiro likes to say, the Boulder chop over the glove of the shortstop, Jack Cosper. Was shallow enough that the left fielder coming in Norson wasn't able to throw out Richardson trying to take second, and he got into second base with a double. And he's up 3 balls and no strikes here. (3-0). Misses the bottom of the zone. It's ball 4. So the Collegians had their leadoff man aboard here for the 2nd straight inning. Rather, the 3rd straight inning. Make that the 4th straight inning. Oh, make that the 5th straight inning. They have, or the 4th straight inning. That's really been what they've hung their hat on, is getting that leadoff man aboard. And J.J. Reeves will be the batter. J.J. takes a strike. Game 1 of 2 from Boulder this evening. Collegians and the NoCo Bandits. 12-1 our score. Boulder up big. Breaking ball falls in for a strike. David Grossenbach is back to work on the mound. And he misses outside to Reeves. 1-2. One-two is a breaking ball that missed upstairs. 2-2 to Reeves. Tough pitch to take there on 1-2. Glad he did. And JJ's back in here for his 2-2 pitch. Run at first, nobody away. Collegians looking to add on here. Try and end this first game in just 5 innings. 3-1 now. Or 3-2, excuse me. The count is full on J.J. Reeves. Payoff pitch. Grounded into right field for a base knock. Reeves will reach on a single. Richardson turns the corner, heads for third. He is safe at third base. The throw is cut off on the middle of the infield. And now runners at the corners for Kix Farrell, thanks to the single from J.J. Reeves.
Second baseman, number 9, Kix Farrell.
Farrell's 2 for 2 today. Double and a single for Kix out of that 9-hole position. And Kix grounds one to short. They'll go to second for one. The throw to first is in time. And, well, had this not been a 12-1 ball game at this point, I think Coach Toledo might have been out of the dugout to have a conversation about that one. In fact, Kix Farrell is staying right there on first base. And now he'll say, well, okay, I'll go back to the dugout. I was 100% sure I was safe. But the umpire called him out, and there's 2 away. By the way, in case Kix doesn't play the next game, he did ask us to mention that his middle name is Aston. Kix Aston. We'll let you make your own assumptions on why he wanted us to tell you that. Brendan Roselle, the batter, with 2 away and nobody aboard. And there's a strike on the breaking ball. Another breaking ball, this one too far outside. Roselle's been aboard 3 times. A walk, a hit, and a hit by pitch. One misses upstairs, 2-1. Roselle had some words for the pitcher, Vitek, when he was hit last time. Vitek was pulled after beating Roselle. And Brennan flies one high in the air to center. There to make the play is Dakota Finley. And that will bring us to the close of the 4th inning. This 4th inning sponsored by the Spaceman Double IPA from the Boulder Beer Company, Colorado's first craft brewery, enjoyed since 1979. On to the 5th here from Boulder. 12-1, Collegians lead. John Youngblood going to try and close out this first ball game here this evening. First of two between the Boulder Collegians and the NoCo Bandits on this Friday night. So John back on for his second full inning of work. And he'll begin it against Dakota Finley, and Finley promptly drives one to left field. This one going back, and it's gone. Got out of here in a hurry. Finley nearly collides with Davis jogging around the bases. And, well, we may yet see the bottom of the fifth as Finley has made it a 10-run ball game. Dakota was at the bat when the runner was picked off of first base by Hunter Hudson and did not waste his second opportunity. Jack Cosper, batter now, takes a strike. The ball was smoked by Finley, a line drive rope over the left field fence. Ball is flying here in Boulder tonight. 1-1 on Cosper. Kind of mentioned it earlier, but another run across the plate would cause us to continue play here in Boulder for the first game. The run rule is 10 after 5. One inside. Two one. High chopper to Roselle at short. He'll throw on the run and throw it into the NoCo dugout. And up to second base will go Cosper. So the keep the game going run is at second base with still nobody away. Roselle really had to hurry as that ball was chopped high in the air. I mean, it really got up there. But the throw was not a good one. And here comes Dylan Norson. They credit Cosper with a hit, but Roselle will be tagged with the error that allowed him to move up to second base. Norson watches one low for ball one. Good news for you Rockies fans out of Denver. The Rockies have taken the Rockies still trail the Dodgers 3-2, but Nolan Arenado hit a 2-run home run to pull the Rockies within a run. This one's low. 2-0 to Norson. Youngblood leaning in, looking for his sign. Trying to end this one in 5 innings. 2-0 pitch. That one's into right field. That ought to keep the ball game going. Richardson will cut it off in the gap. They'll hold the runner up. They'll look back to second for Davis, but Davis will just hang on to it. And a pair of runners in scoring position here for the cleanup man, Grant Goldston. Good job by Richardson to cut it off in the gap. Held that runner at third base. But there's still nobody away. Goldston 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch as well. Goldston from Fort Scott, Kansas. That's where he plays his college ball as well for the Fort Scott Greyhounds. And the right fielder watches one high for ball one. The Collegians bullpen is meandering into some throwing motions here. Not hot yet. The guy just starting to get loose. There's a strike from Youngblood, and it's 1-1 on the breaking ball. I think that's Quinn Cook getting loose out there, but we'll double check. Quinn Cook, excuse me. Quinn Cook is the player for the Warriors. Quinn Oliver, the player for the Collegians, getting loose. 1-2 as that one just finds the zone. One and two. Youngblood brings it home. In the dirt, Hudson able to grab it, keep it in front of him at least. And it's 2-2. According to our scoreboard out there, it's 3-4. Never seen that count before. Steven Arrivo trying to fix up the scoreboard. So 3-4 on Grant Goldston. Youngblood misses high. There's the actual ball 3. And it's 3-2. Second and third, nobody away. The runner at third, that's Cosper. If he crosses home plate, it'll keep this ball game going. Swing and a miss. And down goes Goldston. Or excuse me, the scoreboard was incorrect. I've got to correct some things. 13-2 is our score right now. So they need the runner at second to score in order to keep the game going. Even still, he's in scoring position with one away. Cade Nelson, the batter, takes one low for ball 1. (13-2) our score. That's one misses outside. Hudson going to try a back pick at third base, but Brockton back slides in safe.
No, we'll do the second game. I was going to sing the 5th inning stretch, the take me home to the ball game, but if the game's over, then I'm not going to sing it. I'm going to look up the lyrics real quick. No, I'm just kidding.
2-0. Here's the pitch. Flown down the left field line, and will get over by the Collegians bullpen and out of play. So runner at second. If he scores, we'll keep this ball game going as we're a 13-2 score here in the 5th inning. This one over the glove of Youngblood at the pitcher's mound. Throw from second. Oh, what a play by Kix Farrell. A leaping throw beyond second base to get the out. The run comes in to score, but there are now 2 outs in the inning thanks to a spectacular play by Kix Farrell. It went over the glove of Youngblood. Farrell grabbed it on the backhand, leaped high, and threw him out. And in case we do not reach the bottom of the 5th, our bottom of the 5th is sponsored by Sanitas' Brewing, his everyday mountain lager. We may yet reach it if that runner at third comes to score, but there are 2 outs, so want to make sure we get them in anyway. So this one's fouled away. Once again, that's Sanitas Brewing's everyday mountain lager. If you're at the bottom of your 5th, time to go get some more Sanitas Brewing beers. There's a couple of them around here. Sanitas is one of our breweries out here at Beer Fest tonight. Youngblood brings it home. It's 0-2. Youngblood a strike away from ending this ball game in 5. 13-2, the lead for the Collegians. 0-2, or excuse me, 13-3. 0-2 missed inside. The run that would keep this game going is at third base. 1-2 on Preston Yurt. Youngblood in his 3rd inning of work here. Steps off and thinks about this pitch for a moment. Second game will get started about 30 minutes or so after this one concludes. 1-2. Chopper to third. Kostecka will play it on the long hop. Throw across the diamond is in time to get Yurt, and that will end the ball game. So the Collegians win the first one in 5. 13-3, they take home the victory. And we have a couple more beers here that we're going to sponsor the last 2 innings, but we'll get them in the next broadcast. 13-3, the Collegians win the first game. Second game coming on in about 30 minutes or so. You'll have to click into a new broadcast to see that one, but Collegians win it over the NoCo Bandits, 13-3 in the first one. We'll talk to you in about 30 minutes.